Hey everyone, and welcome back to Made to Order a la Orden. I'm Chef Z, and today I am back with another fun and delicious recipe. We are making Platano Nachos. Now, we are putting an awesome twist on a classic dish that already is fun to eat and fun to make. Now, in order to make this dish, you will need to look at some of my other past videos because I'm building on some of those videos because I just think it's kind of fun to show you guys some different ways you can use some of those dishes that you see here on my channel. And that very first dish is going to be the chicken ropa vieja, or the shredded chicken. Now, the shredded chicken you can use to fill empanadas, you can use it just on its own or even to fill a lasagna, and today it's actually going to be the thing that we top our nachos with. But do keep in mind that you can also use some kind of molida, and that recipe is also here on my channel, or even some seafood. Now, in order to make the nachos, we're not even going to use tortillas, we're going to use some mariquitas, and I just posted that video here on my channel. Now, imagine that. We are making Platano Nachos with mariquita and chicken ropa vieja, so you know it's going to be good. Let's go ahead and jump right into this recipe. We're going to start off by seasoning our chicken breast in order to make the chicken ropa vieja. Now, I'm going to breeze through this recipe simply because I have a video showing you guys step by step in full detail how to make the chicken ropa vieja. You essentially want to season the chicken, braise it and stew it, and once it's all done, we're then going to shred the chicken. And once the chicken is all shredded, you're going to add it back into the pot and very gently toss it in some sauce. Now, do keep in mind that in order to make the Platano Nachos, you will not need to make this much chicken. In fact, you'll only need about a third of it. We're now going to move on to making the mariquitas, and I'm using a tabletop mandolin, and in my other mariquita video I use an old school mandolin, and I also showed you guys how to slice the plátanos by hand. Once the plátanos are thinly sliced, we're going to go ahead and fry them in some hot oil, being really careful and remembering to nudge them whenever you fry them because they do have the tendency to want to clump up together. And once they're nice and golden and crispy, it's time to take them out, and we're going to drain the excess oil onto a paper towel, and we're going to move on to making the other fun components to this dish. We're now going to make a really easy and simple pico de gallo by adding some onions, recao, a lime, and a little bit of salt. Now, I do have a pico de gallo recipe here on my channel where I do make it slightly different, but nonetheless, the two versions are still super simple, super tasty, and super fun to make. And once that's done, we're going to move on to making the avocado salsa, which is honestly my favorite part of this whole entire dish, and it's something that you can freestyle by making it as spicy or as creamy as you want. We're now going to squeeze a lime, and it's really important that you squeeze the lime before you add any of the other ingredients, simply because the lime is going to be the thing to keep your avocados from turning color and oxidizing. We're going to add a tiny bit of sour cream, which is going to help with the creaminess, some jalapenos, some garlic, some pimiento peppers, which are honestly optional. I just love the flavor that they give to the avocado salsa, and even a pepper sauce, a healthy serving of recao, a tiny bit of salt, some pepper, some water, and then we're going to top it off with a little bit of olive oil, which is also going to help with the creaminess of this dish. Now, like I mentioned before, you can make this dish as creamy as you want, and you can add some more sour cream, olive oil, and even water. Just do keep in mind that avocados have some healthy fat, so you want to take it a little easy on the oil and sour cream. And you can make this as chunky or as smooth as you want. So once all that's done, we're going to move on to the fun part, which is building our Platano Nacho platter. And I like to very carefully place all the plátanos around in a circle just to make it easy to pull apart and dip later on. And now we're going to add some of our shredded chicken, and you can add as much or as little as you want. And honestly, if you wanted to make this a vegan dish, then you can skip the meat altogether. Just remember to omit the sour cream whenever you're making the avocado salsa. We're now going to add a little bit of our pico de gallo, which is going to give some nice flavor because it has a little bit of that lemon juice, which is honestly complements this whole entire dish. And then we're going to add a very healthy serving of that avocado salsa right at the very top. And last but not least, we're going to top it all off by adding some Mexican Queso Fresco, which is my favorite kind of cheese, but you can add whatever kind of cheese you have in the house. And there you guys have it, my recipe for some Platano Nachos. Be sure to visit my website if you have any questions, and don't forget to follow me on social media. Until next time, I'm Chef Z, y buen provecho. What is a chicken dance? All right. No. Something like that, right?